Warning: the following program contains world premier certified ball players, incredible interviews, latest, hottest content material, may not be suitable for people with the following medical condition: original phobia, acute player hater disorder, no jumper, no handles, allergic to playing defense. If you suffer from any of these conditions, contact your coaching staff.
3 minutes to go.
Give it up, get it back, and make a poster.
Welcome to Licensed to Ball podcast, where certified ballers play. And now here's your host, Hip Hop.
All right, welcome back. We're doing a recap over at Norcross on the radar Breakout. Seeing a lot of good talent out here, man. Seeing a lot of things, and then I got a lot of questions to ask, man. So I really needed this tournament. I really needed this camp more than anybody else do for me to get a lot of answers, man. How you feel about today, man?
Well, first of all, I mean, as always, great to be on the show. But more importantly, you're right. Like, there was just some kids that I hadn't seen this summer. Also, some kids who got just done with playing travel ball. And to see, I'm all about kids having some rest, but there's, see how much layoff they had and being able to see how they're progressing, especially as we start getting into the fall leagues and teams are gonna play high school ball fall leagues. You're also gonna have more showcase events, and this is always one of the better events to get a glimpse of the younger kids coming up in the state.
Man, that's well said, man. That's well said, man. Really, right there, man. What are some people that earn your trust more? I don't know, say earn your trust, but you got more respect for their game, man. You've seen how they grow and the progression from last year to this year, man.
Well, Justin Wise out of North Oconee, 2027. First of all, blew up into the scene last year on his own in terms of the state. People got a chance to see him because North Oconee won the state championship. But I had a chance to see him when he was, again, in 7th and 8th grade. And seeing his growth, I'm not surprised on how he's maturing. What I'm enjoying to see now is a lot of his poise on the hardwood, being able to make decisions in ways that you don't necessarily see. He doesn't look overly rushed. He doesn't look like he's being forced and pushed to play a different speed.
Let the game come to him.
Correct. Another young man is Braden Langston, out of East Hall High School. He's about 6'7" now. I mean, this is a kid who understands how to play, has some parents who they're former players, so he gets a good feel for the game. He's starting to really trust his jump shot a lot more and creating ample opportunities that, when you look at him, you go, okay, he's more than just a guy dunking the ball. He's more than just running up and down the floor. He's actually hitting shots and creating opportunities for himself like that. You also have McEachern has Jaquel Garner, 2028, who certainly is an incoming freshman, I believe, he would be an incoming freshman. And when you look at him, he doesn't move like a freshman. And
what was his number?
His number was 229.
229.
And he doesn't look like a freshman. He's built pretty good. He moves well. And I'm curious to see what he's going to do with Coach Tree over there and McEachern, because as we know, the last few years, McEachern has produced some heavy quality products, and he can be the next one in line. Certainly, when I think about guys who I've never seen, you look at some kids who are from out of state that, you get a first glance to see them. You're like, wow, this is an impressive kid. Cole Ward, number 200 from Tyner Academy in Tennessee, probably one of the best passing point guards that we saw this week. And just being able to see how he moves the ball, how he's able to get everyone involved. He's certainly a solid defender that when you look at them, you don't necessarily anticipate it. Another two guys that I think I'm gonna look to mention is Jarvis Hayes Jr.
Yes.
Who, man, they have a chance, and if you're in this basketball space enough, that's usually a phrase that you hear, that when coaches say you have a chance, they legitimately are seeing your progression moving forward and upward. And he certainly does. And his younger brother, Miles Hayes, man, 2028, you could tell that he and his brother have a high level of basketball IQ.
Yes.
A solid feel for the game. They understand you don't have to shoot or score every time to affect the game. But when they do, they score it with a real ease, and certainly something that you look at their ball movement and you look at the fact that they're willing to play defense. Those are things that for guys of this age, and this is just a little tidbit, these guys are freshmen and sophomores that I want people to understand. Some of these guys weren't scoring buckets after bucket after bucket to be able to get noticed, which you notice is just the way they played. And a lot of the guys out here, for me anyway, those who played well, those who played within what is expected of them and how they were moving, certainly gives them a chance that you'll hear more of them moving forward in the future.
Either you cheating off my sheet or great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike for sure.
On that. Man, that's almost every player you name, I made sure I got footage on there. On these players, man. So it set a mouthful. Jarvis Hayes Jr., this is the Hayes brothers, to piggyback off what you were saying. They've been taught when you make the right basketball play, that's what you feel good about it. It feel what I'm trying to convey is a lot of kids feel good when they get those highlight plays like that block against the glass, that alley-oop.
Right.
They feel the same way on any play they need to make. That's what I get from them. And they stay even killed. They don't get too high and too low. They always making the right plays. And I was talking to, I think, Charlemagne.
Right.
And we was talking about Stephon Castle. The great ones don't confuse anything. They just make the right play.
Sure.
They guarantee make the right play. And they always where they need to be to make the right play. And a couple of people we named, they're already showing traits of that already.
Of course.
It's not flashy. They do their job, and they always making the right play.
And one young man that I don't want to certainly leave unnoticed. He's a young man that I had a chance to see during the GBCA live period, as well as the regional and the national one, where is by the name of Nazir Anderson, or as he's like to be called, Rudy.
He's explosive.
He's a pit bull. He is a pit bull who, listen, I'm going to go out and say it. He's one of the top fives in the class in the state right now.
Yes.
Okay? And, you can clip it. You can save this. You can run it back. But I promise you, I think he's going to be one of those guys in this class that is going to be a name that people are going to be tired of hearing because he's going to be so good. He's certainly
got a great mentor.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. With Coach Josh Smith, he's definitely going to be around, and I could see from just having conversations with Coach Smith, he had that pit bull in him, but now he's bringing it out even more, and he's understanding the work it takes to be an elite player, and he's going to be a name that is going to continue to carry the legacy that has walked through these hallways at Norcross High School, which is where we're at for this event.
Most
and
definitely.
he's certainly going to continue the traditions that have continued to drive through here.
Yes. I'm going to tell you something about him. I watched him play today, but listen to you talk, and I was just thinking about his game today. He has got better since the Georgia Cup.
Yes.
It's more mature. His game is more mature than anything. That he understands what he could do, and he don't have to force it so much. He's letting the game come to him more.
Right.
And that's crucial right there, man.
Well, that's critical because at the end of the day, as a freshman, especially at a program like Norcross, your time isn't going to be based on how much you really score. It's how you're going to be able to contribute to the team's success without necessarily knowing when your points are going to come. Your points are going to come as you move in the offense, as you play good defense, as you rebound the basketball. Your time on the floor is going to come because you're able to do some things that someone else is not able to do.
He gonna get some minutes. He played both ends of the floor. He gonna get some minutes. I'm not sure if the big going there, name escaped me. He's gonna be going across there.
Jamario, yes, Jamario is going to Norcross, and and as I scroll through my list here, I apologize, but Jamario is a big kid who
We won't have a teleprompter like ESPN.
Yeah, I know, right?
You just look at you hit it on with your. Like a lot of people don't know who watching this at ESPN. They have a gas pedal.
Yes.
Up under the table.
Yes.
And they reading their notes and they press on it and the gas pedal move on the teleprompter as they read it. They're not that good.
No, yeah, it's not as skilled. But Jamario's about 6. He's about 7 feet tall, and once he gets to the understanding of what, and I even asked him today, I said, do you like basketball or do you love basketball? Because sometimes kids that size don't necessarily like the game. But
yes,
he says he loves it, but he's loving it for the enjoyment of it, which is why when you look at him, you're like, okay, I can understand why things aren't clicking nearly as fast, because to him, basketball is fun, and it should be fun, and I don't ever want to take that away from a young man, but at some point, when his switch clicks, he is certainly going to make a significant difference here at Norcross, and will be certainly looking to make an impact, and will be finishing above the rim and destroying it in a way that people will certainly look back at this and go, you know what? He did say it would take some time, and it's going to just take some time, and it's just a matter of being patient. And the more patient that everyone can be with him, the more he'll be successful.
So one player,
Kamario Sherman, that's his name, not Jamario. Kamario Sherman.
Okay. What one player improved his stock the most out of anybody here?
What player improved his stock the most? I would say it's number 210, Jemai McClure, out of 2028 out of Woodstock High School. Shot the ball exceptionally well. And he definitely showed me that for, again, a kid his age to be able to shoot that ball the way he did, that's something that young people don't have. Look, most seniors don't have. But he shot it with confidence. He finished at the rim. He certainly had a great touch that was impressive. Where, again, you're sitting there going, man, how's he gonna really play? Another one is, ironically, Josh Smith Jr. And when I say ironically, is because you try to view young people on their own lane, and not what his dad did and everything. And that's not. But when I look at him, I've seen how he's matured. His motor is different, and that kind of work will continue to bring you to the forefront of who people, of who you are and what people want to see out of you. And he showed a lot of progress and promise with how he was able to play defense, and he was locking down and just doing a few other things. Another sleeper that I don't know if you had a chance to really get a look at is number 152, Kirkston Curry, out of Hart County, 2027. Now I'm gonna tell people this: we love two-sport athletes. There's nothing wrong with them. I love them. All right, because two-sport athletes allow you to see their body functions from different sport to another. But the one thing that's impressed with me, because I've seen him a few times this year, but ironically, the only times I saw him was when he was at team camp at Georgia, was able to go to the GBCA, camps. And that's really it, because he didn't play no travel ball because he's focused on football. And he can sling that football around as a quarterback. But despite doing that, his skills were still sharpened. So that just shows to me that he's working. He's still doing the things that is necessary to be able to keep his skills sharp, and sharpen his blade like he's supposed to. And that's something that, you don't get that with a lot of people because everybody's so focused on like, oh, I need to specialize in my sport. No, you can be a two-sport athlete and still work on your skills. And that's what he did. He showed me today that he's been working somewhere and hasn't been on the floor always just playing.
Yep. So we're going to wrap this up and try to do this every weekend on site. And they get better engagement, and you can get a hold of more players too.
Yeah.
And it's right in the moment, so it's fresh on the brain what you've seen on that. So I think that's real good on that. Anything else you want to add before we get up out of here?
Listen, I just want to tell all the young athletes who attended today, all the basketball players who attended today. Look, if your name didn't get mentioned, if you didn't get some sort of recognition, it's not the end of the world. What this shows is you have to continue working. We have to continue to get you right. School just started. Your coaches will start holding 4-on-1s. Make sure you ask, when can you get on that list, if you're on that list. And more importantly, just continue working, okay? Just continue working. Your time will come. Your time will come. And certainly as you attend these camps, if you attend any others, make sure you just come out ready to play, ready to compete. Once you do that, all the other things will come to itself.
All right, Alfonso, tell everybody how they can find your stuff, man.
Man, again, I appreciate always having me on. You can find me on BTS_report on social and Twitter, or X as they like to call it, and also on BTS Report Instagram and BaselineandSideline.com, where I have all the recaps and write-ups of all the events that I attend.
You're going to have it up tonight because I've been looking at the cheat sheet. He almost got it typed up already since he's been at the gym. I ain't got those skills like that. But he have it up tonight. No later tomorrow. I'm trying to tell y'all.
No question.
On that. You know that one of those shorts we put up about Grayson is doing real good on that.
Listen, first of all, it's funny when someone sent it to me, I laughed because it was like this. Yeah, I know what I said. And I was like this, and I'm aware of it. And I say that because, again, we fail to realize when you look at, and I don't fall prey to this. I don't fall prisoner of the moment. But you look at these early polls on where teams are. Many of them aren't even mentioning Grayson, and that's no disrespect to Grayson, But at the end of the day, what matters more than anything is once this season's over, where you finish at, you know? And because we could sit here and have a lot of predictions, and some predictions don't always end up being correct. So to be able to, do I think they're one of the top 25 teams in the country? No question. Now it's just putting it together. And do you stay there? And then how do you keep the hunger to be able to shoot for the #1 spot?
Yeah, we got to ask them. Let me clarify, because some people they watch some shows, they watch clips. When they hear me say stuff, because I had people DM me before, when they be hearing what I'm saying, like got me about Willie last year. I said, Willie don't look that good right now.
Right.
They don't. I had to explain to them the Willie I know.
Yes, the Willie we've seen.
Somebody DM me and said we 24-4. I didn't say they didn't have. It's not the Willie that I know.
Correct.
And they took it like they was having a good season.
No, and the thing about it with Coach Thompson and that staff on 375 Holt Road, they certainly put in the work, and they know they keep their head down, but they also pay attention. But the one thing, when we say the Wheeler we don't know, and again, I've had conversations with Coach Thompson, sometimes it's not where he wants it to look just yet. He does, it's like what it looks like in the summer. Most teams don't even look the same by the time mid-November, by the time the Thanksgiving break. And then when you look at that, then it's like, okay, what do you look like mid-January? And then what do you look at the end of the season by the time region tournament play? Those are the things that coaches are really gauging their team's success as they go. And then as injuries, God forbid, happen, or you hope that they don't happen, then you're able to, again, gauge on what the team wants. I mean, and again, I'll even own about the Grayson. Yes, Caleb Holt is a talent. There's no question. They got a talented roster in Jacob Wilkins, Amir Taylor. Those guys have been exceptional. Now it's, okay, how do you put it together? We just watched Team USA, right? And it's how do you put it together? How those pieces come together? How does it work? You know, and sometimes it'll work despite the coach. But I know Coach Joffrey's going to do a great job with those guys and be able to put them in a situation that they're going to be successful, that what they look like today and whatever struggles they may encounter along the way, it's what the product looks at the end of the year, especially here in the state of Georgia.
I'm going to leave it out on this note. One thing I do know, if they're not talking about you, it's a problem.
Absolutely.
They talking about the podcast, we doing something
absolutely.
right.
Listen. Hey, listen, y'all just keep checking and clicking because, again, what we're going to provide you is information that is intellectual information that you'll be able to chew on and have a healthy debate about.
Yep. And we love these debates. Hey, we can have a call-in session. Just DM me and we schedule in. You call in. You tell me how wrong I am or how right I am.
We might have to do that.
Till next time, y'all. Oh, follow us, like, and subscribe on all social media platforms. Like Cam Newton say, try it because you might like it. And the other thing he says, and it's free.
Absolutely.
So just keep it up. Viewership is going up. We appreciate it. Hours watch or minutes watch is going up. All that. We like how you liking and subscribing and everything. So, man, you're doing big things, man. We're going to keep it up, man. Till next time, man. Peace.